Salam, Phoenix Ramadan L. Jackson, back in the light of Brazeera Cyber Network. And today's conversation, we're discussing relationships and how do you know when you're done. And since we're on, the Ummah is on the way to the, well, not on the way, but making preparations for the Hajj, and that is where pilgrims, Muslim pilgrims, um, are travel from all places in the world to meet in a single location, Mecca, Saudi Arabia, or Hijaz, as it is traditionally known or recognized. So they're going to gather from all parts of the world. So it's greatly befitting that we discuss relationships. Relationships to our families, our neighbors, our friends, our communities, our business, our business affairs, our nations, sovereign nations. So this would be a great time to talk about relationships and how do you know when you're done? How do you know when it's over? Okay? Simple. When it accrues more grief than pleasure, it's dead. Okay? When grief sits in the relationship, it's because it's dead. Okay? And there is no reviving. There's no reviving it. No resurrecting it. The love. The feeling, the sensation, the stimulation, the excitement. I won't say the love, but because true love never dies, right? Anyway, so relationships. And as I said, we're in Libra, so it's time to discuss it, and we are going through a period of transformation, right? So all things must change, right? Anyway, or all things are changing. I hope we enjoyed the Hajj, and as I said, the Hajj is when we gather from all places around the world. And it always comes about 3 months, 2.5 to 3 months after Ramadan. So they're not two separate incidents. It's just the span of time that these two events occur. And as you know, Ramadan was a fasting from sunrise to sunset. So, and that was a month, and that was 29 to 30 days of fasting. So, you're going to need that time for the body to rebuild its strength and revive itself after the fasting. So that period is, a good time to do so until the Hajj. And that's when, as I said, we go to Mecca and make the walk around the Kaaba. That's where they circle 7 times, because the angels are said to circle 7 times as well. But mainly, stay focused on the prayers. Okay? Stay focused on your prayer, because prayer is definitely needed right now, okay? For what's going on in Syria, prayer is definitely needed, okay? When you get to Mecca, when you meet on Mount Arafat, okay? When you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on Mount Arafat, and I don't mean literally, I mean figuratively, when you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because that is what you're going to Mecca for, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's house, to visit Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay? Make a dua subhanahu wa ta'ala for us believers, for all the believers, Muslims, Christians, and Jews, and all the other believers, okay? The Sabaeans, um, that Allah will be merciful upon us and protect us and protect us from the beast. Okay, that we defeat the beast. And for a good election. Okay, there's so many things to to pray for. Pray that Palestine will be free. Okay, this year, inshallah, pray for peace, global peace. Pray for life. Pray that we survive this. So pray for Syria, pray for the Mahdi, pray for Prophet Isa, the prophet born of a virgin. Pray that there will be peace in Syria, rapid peace. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the kafir, the abomination, the biting Joseph, he who bites Joseph, okay, or the biting Joseph. Pray that they fail, okay, and they continue to fail and have no success in attempting to destroy humanity. And pray for, the success of all believers, financially, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that goes back to how do you know when you're done? When all aspects of your being has been tapped or taxed, okay? Mental, spiritual, financial, everything is taxed and tapped, okay? That's when you know, okay, it's time to go, okay? A new adventure, new excitement, new lifestyle change, okay? There has to be change, okay? So, that is what the transformation is about, right? Well, that's what transformation is. Change. And it's, it was supposed to come. So, I'm just trying to make sure that I covered everything that I thought about, that I wanted to say. And I hope I did, but happy new moon, happy Libra new moon. And as I said, the Hajj we're getting ready for the Hajj, okay? The Hajj. Yeah. Okay, and anything else? Yeah, so we can get there, and we can pray, and we can kick ass, okay? Yeah. And I know that may not sound too religious and all, to say kick ass right after prayer, but prayer helps you stay strong. Prayer helps you to defeat the enemy. Prayer helps you defeat the challenge, right? So it helps you kick ass. Helps you do what you need to do. Helps you do what you gotta do, right? Okay. I want to show you this. I want to show you what I wanted to wear. Okay. Oh my gosh. This dress was so banging. Okay. I gotta show you, but I couldn't fit it, so I have to give it to my daughter, right? And so as I was thinking that I had to give it to her, on my mind was, oh my gosh, this dress is so beautiful that I just may not like her for the rest of, her time, okay? So I'm going to show you what I was going to wear, and it has all the frou-frou that I adore, okay? Yeah. I had the scarf picked out. Okay, yeah. So this is, it's very glittery. This is the front of the dress. Okay, yeah. And it zips on the side. It has lots. See that? Oh my gosh, that's what I love the most, right? All this stuff right here coming down. I love ball gowns and all this frou-frou on the dress. Under the dress, oh my gosh, it has a layer. Okay, yeah, see that? Then under that layer, it has another layer that makes it kind of fluff up. And under that layer, has another layer. That's what I wanted to wear. Okay? It was going to be nice. Oh my gosh, it was going to be so nice. Ooh. Now I'm going to have to give it to her and watch her walk around looking good in it. I don't have a problem with the looking good, but looking good in a dress I want it to look good in. Okay? Anyway, and I was going to wear it with this scarf. Okay? Look at this scarf. That would have been so perfect with it. With that dress, with this dress. Yeah. I was ready to feel good. Anyway, I have to give it to her. She'll look great in it though. I praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know she's going to look lovely in it. Subhanallah. Anyway, so that is tonight's conversation, and I hope to have more. Until then, until next time, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you have a great Libran new moon. Okay? And I think, well, I'm not going to even try to go there because I don't totally remember about what I'm thinking about or what I would like to say. That's what I'm saying. I don't totally remember the facts of that. Anyway, yeah, so you're done when you've been taxed, beyond repair, okay? Yeah. There's more grief than pleasure. And, another thing. Well, yeah, more grief than pleasure, okay? And, you might as well go ahead and bury it. Because there has to be change. So that which currently exists has to be buried. Okay, so the change can come, growth can come, or and of course it's got to be better than what previously existed, and that is what we're going through at this time. Change, okay, change on all levels, okay, in all relationships, aspects of our relationships with life, right? And we don't want to constantly be violating others' sovereign territory, right? So, I would definitely go to the, that's what Iraq was invaded the first time, right? Because it was said to have invaded Kuwait, a sovereign nation, right? And, that finally led to weapons of mass destructions, right? So, but now these can violate a sovereign nation and sovereign airspace, sovereign, boundaries, territory. So, what, the world court is supposed to look aside? Or are they waiting for some type of response to be, out of control, whereby which NATO has to come in and just totally take control, right, of what is out of control, what's becoming out of control. So, Assad, go to the world court, because this is what the abomination is doing. It's terrorizing, right? Terrorizing your nation. Breaking international laws. This is piracy. And I know that piracy refers to the water, to the sea, but, to break in someone's territory, or to violate someone's territory by bombing, causing damage to infrastructure under the guise of we're pursuing our enemy. Okay, ISIS. Yeah. And he just so happened to win your backyard, and we had to take out, your house. Syrians. Okay, on your special holiday. Don't mind them, when they come to the house, just passing through, during what? The holiest time of the year, right? So, anyway, we got to monitor our relations with our neighbors as well, right? Our nation neighbors, our neighbors' boundaries, borders, okay? Also, what if they did that in Mexico? Started pursuing, just cross, the Mexican border, pursuing, an enemy of theirs, that went into Mexico. They can't do that. They can't do just, cross the Mexican border without consent, So anyway, we've got to respect our neighbors. We've got to have better relationships with our neighbors in the world, and constantly violating or destroying them, making felonious reasons to destroy them for self-gain, is not, it's not the direction that the world is, supposed to be going in at this time. Can afford to go in at this time, especially if you believe, in the consequences, So I say, let them put the bad karma out there, and those bad vibrations, the warmongers put those bad vibrations out there, and let them expose themselves as the terrorists they are, because they said, Assad was terrorist, Libyan was terrorist, this one was terrorist, and all that, and they violated international law. And here, those who said they were fighting to preserve international law are violating international law. They're apparently, according to, there's what's going on, there is no international law. There is no observance of international law. Okay, so therefore there appears to be no existence of it, right? So, anyway, let them be exposed as the terrorists they are, They claimed you didn't observe the law, expose them for not observing them, because that's not what you're doing. That's not what, the Syrians are doing. They're not violating anybody's, if you will, personal space, national boundaries. Okay. Anyway, I didn't prepare to go into detail like that, but the opportunity presented itself. So, go to the UN, go to the national court, and if they turn away, it just exposes them for what they are, right? They must do something because it's international crime. Okay, they need what? International criminal tribunal or something like that, hold them accountable. But another thing too, which is very important, in America, the African Americans, with the Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin, they've been tested, and many countless others, being brutalized and murdered, and others, white Americans as well. Americans in general suffer from police brutality, right? The military industrial complex, the prison industrial complex. So they were challenged spiritually in that way too, right? Palestinians were challenged just recently during Ramadan, right? What does it say? Do you think you're going to not be challenged as well? So be prepared. They want you to get chaotic and crazy. I'll go to the international court. ASA goddamn P. UN goddamn P. Make some noise. Let them know what's going on. Well, they already know what's going on. But the people got to know what's going on. And know that you're being ignored, not listened to. I don't. The civil war that's going on in your country, certainly you got to get, control of that, but this should certainly unite your country, your people in your country, whether you're Shiite, Muslim, or whatever the war, your civil internal conflict is about. It should certainly unite your country by letting you know things could get worse, okay? But you are certainly challenged, not unlike the rest of the people of the world who face, challenges with tyranny and other things, so ISIS is certainly not your problem. Probably there is no such ISIS, they're just arming those rebels who are against, the main national government, And whether it be a puppet government or not have been established by America, that's not the issue at this point because it wasn't the issue in the past, okay? And that's not the issue now. So, the issue is get rid of the military there. They want the military to destabilize the nation, right? And do it through, first of all, robbing your prayer, make you go crazy, okay? Don't go there. Go the legal route. They said they were supposed they were supposed to go. Okay, that they proclaimed to always go. Through the United Nations, through the World Court, and I know that's tremendous plight to even imagine. But you got to start letting them know, that this ISIS is not your problem, and let the world know that there's, from what I understand, many of them are going to be ISIS are really from South America, Latin America. So, I'm just thinking if there's anything else I want to say. Well, I got a little more time. I'm sure let's put on that one. Let me see what else. Oh. I think it's a Bayan Assam's Quran recitation challenge. Females don't recite Quran. He already knows that. Okay, but I'm going to just say this. Okay, just for my challenge because I said I was going to, and especially it's going to be Hajj soon. Inshallah, Allah will accept it. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in Ihdina siratal mustaqim Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Okay, and that was Surah Al-Fatih. Okay, Alhamdulillah. And I will say, Salamu Alaikum, Allah be with us all. And that was just spontaneous, spontaneously speaking, okay? As what the rappers would call what? Freestyling or something like that. So I didn't have that written down. I just was going over in my mind some things that I wanted to converse with you about. Okay? So I hope that went well. And, inshallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, get a better camera soon too. Okay? One that can show this beautiful blouse off, because it is, oh my gosh, it is fantabulously stunning. Oh, I do adore it. It is. All I can say is, girl, make you take a deep breath, okay? You can't see all this fabulousness, but I do, and I love it truly. Okay, anyway, so that's what I do, Syria. If I were you, I wouldn't try to go all out war with them. They're crazy. That's what they want you to do. Go crazy on them. They're going to do it anyway. And pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, don't mess with your military installations, you know. And also what? They must pay for any damage that they incur, right? I don't know. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, you know, it's resolved immediately, and I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, everything will be fine. Anyway, and Americans, we got to stay out of this mess, okay? Because we are keeping our, you know, positive vibrations going to the universe, so we, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can be saved, because really, this is not, okay? We're not. There is even no reason for war at this time. There's time for peace. Okay, it really, truly is. All this crap that's going around the world has been making crap. Okay, this is supposed to be the time of ease, where we go to Hajj, and you know, and after Hajj have to, you know, come down from Mount Arafat, and that's the same mountain Moses went up, right? To get the 10 Commandments, right? Anyway, So it's supposed to be a time of rejoicing, a time for purification, you know, a time for worshiping, a time for crying, wailing, right? Oh, for the sins to be removed, right? Okay, so let's pray for, you know, pray for peace. Okay, pray for peace, pray for security, peace and prosperity. All right, Assalamu alaikum.